Hey guys, it's Alexander Williamson and The Secret History Living in Your Aquarium. Just wanted to do an update now that the first set of unboxing critters are unboxed and they're in their homes. So the biggest of the gobies, because now I have over a dozen goby species, and it turns out they're sending another box, so I will have even more gobies tomorrow, which is great. I love them. I'm fascinated by them. But these are the red tail gobies, and these will have a bright red tail when they are in spawning color, and their entire rest of their body turns a royal blue, and it's like a metallic color. But this is what they look like now, and they're almost like a salamander, kind of flighty. And like many of the goby species, the true freshwater gobies, they use their pectoral fins or their pelvic fins, depending on how they've evolved, and they have a circular suction cup that can hold on to rocks. Watch how flighty they are. They can hold on to rocks really tightly. But that is a good sized fish, definitely. I wasn't quite expecting that large of a fish. Now, if we keep continuing on the little tour, in here we've got the Cobalt Blue Goby, also kind of shy. All these fish are a little shy at first, and they kind of get shy when you put the camera against the glass, but then if you just kind of relax and stay still, they come out and they do their thing, and they're just phenomenal to watch. This is the Cobalt Blue Stiphodon, and these are from the Indonesia region, and when the light catches them just right, they just glow this beautiful blue color that's just iridescent teal and turquoise, and then sometimes a sky or navy blue. So they're really a fun species, but I do want to say that I've had some of them for about 8 months of these same cobalt species, and they are sneaky. They will get into your nooks and crannies in your aquarium, and they will get kind of hidden or stuck, because they wait to be ambush predators. So they will get in there and, kind of wait to jump out at, be it baby shrimp or brine shrimp, Daphnia, even little snails, whatever it may be. They kind of hide and wait, which is what a lot of the gobies do, and use a camouflage in the meantime while they do that. But it's easy to accidentally move something and smush them and whatnot, so you just want to be really careful with being aware of where your little goby pals are while you're moving things around in the tank. So next we're gonna meander into the official fish room, and we'll take a look at some of the other things that came in. So we've got the neon blue, well, it just went around the corner, goby. Right here we've got another one, beautiful. And the more gobies you have, kind of the better their color ends up showing, and the more they hold up their fins. If you get a couple of them, like 3, that's the bare minimum that I would suggest. But really, when you get 5, 6, 10, of them, they start really showing off. Up here, this is a Paluan Riffle Goby, and it has kind of a orange, darker orange, umber-colored back dorsal fin that's long, and its adipose fin and dorsal fin are kind of connected. And then down here, this is the smaller one, and this is the neon blue Stiphodon, another really beautiful fish. And they'll eat biofilm, they'll eat little bits of food, and snails is another thing they eat. So these ones are found all over Indonesia and islands in between the Philippines and things, and you can see there's that circular suction fin underneath. See, it's holding on to a little pebble. It actually picked the whole pebble up with that circular fin, and then it can hold on with its mouth and kind of rasp at it. They've got a million little teeth that aren't sharp or hard, but they kind of scrape at surfaces. Now, the other thing that we've gotten here are the red lizard cats, and they're a really fun species to look at. If you get them, get something that is their color, so pink, orange, brown, and they will hang out around it and really utilize it as their camouflage. All these species that are kind of the oddball rock hill stream clingers, they really put on a show about hiding into their habitats if you can replicate just some of what they're used to. Now, we also have the orange fin Stiphodons in here, but they are really hidden. They have burrowed themselves under substrate. I've noticed they've been burrowing under here and then sticking their head out and kind of grabbing baby Malawa shrimp. So not shrimp friendly in that sense, but definitely, I mean, fascinating to watch. So to me, it's kind of worth having them all live together and just watching. But just another interesting, you know, species. So then moving on, we've also got the gold medakas, the Youhiki, probably saying that wrong. And then we have the least killifish, or Heteranda formosa, and these guys are from North America. They're a killifish that's a live bear, and this is a full-grown female, as big as they get. So they're the smallest live bear species. The males stay very small, and they're just a really cool fish that can tolerate non-heated tanks, very cool water, and they're fun. Here we've got another Stiphodon here. This is probably a cobalt. I can't tell for sure, but this is my new favorite. These guys, these grumpy guys that have an emerald green eye, these are the Taiwanese micro dragon gobies, and they are the most incredible. Look at that eye. It turns like reflective chrome colors. They are one of the most incredible fish I have witnessed in a long time. They're newer to the hobby. Aquatic Arts has been carrying them for a few weeks now, and they had them in quarantine for a few months. But they're from the island of Taiwan. Yes, that is a cobalt female, so less intensely blue, but still a very charming little goby. Cute, you know, kind of a little frog face on them. And they can pivot at the neck, so they're really fun to watch because their eyes, you watch them kind of grab focus on things. Now, these micro dragon gobies, they've got these pectoral fins that fan out and look just like, you know, old medieval dragon stories. And they've got this hood, almost like a cobra hood, of these modified pectoral fins. And when they move quickly, it is really something to see, because they can move across the tank and then dive down into the sand. Here goes one right now. And they can change color on a dime, like an octopus or a chameleon. And then they will hide, and if you notice, their eyes, they can bring right to the top of their head, or they can pivot like the other one we just saw, where it's in resting position. It's probably full, it probably already ate. And when they're in resting position, their eyes are on the side of their head. When they're in hunting position, their eyes pivot towards the front, which is, you know, predators from cheetahs and leopards and all sorts of things are able to find their prey by having eyes that face forward and have better depth perception in that they overlap. And so it's kind of interesting, you know, how they're able to focus in on things, but they're really neat. And when they get startled, let's see if we can maybe startle one in the interest of science. We'll call it science, right, guys? But when it's startled, they actually skitter with their hood open and skitter almost like they're moonwalking sometimes. And you see its hood opening there, and its mouth opening. So they make themselves larger when they're feeling threatened. Here comes another female cobalt. And I just love these gobies. They're just so fascinating. When these little guys are on rock that's gray or black or brown, they then change their look. So right now you see its eyes are kind of sideways, but as I said, they can rotate so that they're both looking forward, and then there's those the pectoral fins that kind of look almost like a cobra hood. But yeah, they'll actually move at a 45-degree angle, so they'll skitter across the bottom of the tank like that. I've witnessed it a few times already just in the last few days. So rather interesting. And then we've got the Bumblebee Gobies, which are the true freshwater type Aquatic Arts has. And up here you can see some more. Their eyes are a little creepy, but they're just really cool fish. They haven't really seemed to go after any of the shrimp themselves, but I'm keeping an eye on them just in case. Whereas these micro dragon gobies, these guys, I mean, look at them. Then they've got, see its eye just shifted blue colors? I mean, they're a real interesting fish. And they've just got this bizarre texture that can change pattern and striping. And then they've got that long dorsal fin that's clear, but they can color it up also. So you can see, sorry about the algae on the glass, but you can see them kind of communing here, and they've kind of got their hood skin flap in between their pectoral fins kind of ready to flap out, and they seem to flare at each other and kind of make faces. But they're also a subtropical species, so you could keep these in a cold water tank. In theory, you could keep them as low as about 60 degrees, but they just need a lot of oxygen. And now look at that eye, it's bright blue, so it really changes. It's really an interesting eye. It must be a very complex in that it's kind of like a cat's eye, the way it reflects light, but all throughout the spectrum and the UV spectrum, I would imagine. So then other than that, we've also got the threadfins doing well, but we have the psuedomugil luminatus doing great, coloring up. Like I said, I've got the one that's older than everyone else who's up here, but then we've got the younger ones, and even already I thought they were just too young to have color, but they're starting to get their color. And turns out we have some Gertrude coming in also. So we've got all sorts of exciting new things happening in the fish room. We're gonna have lots of species spotlights and profiles. Look at that little face, it almost looks fake, looks like Gumby or something, but really exciting fish to watch. These micro dragon gobies though, I mean, they're so sneaky. Like, look at that blending in now to the granite. It's starting to color up a little more black dotted, if you see that. And it's just, I don't know, it's very fascinating. So between that and the way they are able to dip down, did you guys just see that? They're able to dip down into the sand. It dipped down and then came up over by the plant. So they're definitely ambush hunters and quick hunters. So really interesting. I'm gonna get a kick out of them for a long time to beat. Also, we've got this tank set up with existing filter media, and we're gonna have to get some sticks in here and some plants. But we've got the Asian bulbitis, and then we've got the Ludwigia ovalis golden, and we've also got the sword plant that was sent. And then in here with the panda loaches and the blue dreams, we also have the babaulti shrimp. So they'll probably get their own tank, but they're the green babaulti chameleon shrimp. They're a caridina species, and they're a pretty hardy shrimp generally speaking, in most people's opinions, but they blend in so well. And then when they want to show off, see, it's twirling around that leaf, that green one back there, but when they want to show off, they can turn bright orange, neon orange, and other colors. So kind of color changers are the theme of this Southeast Asian micro nano clan and environment. And also, by the way, the blue dreams are just doing really well with the panda loaches, and the panda loaches don't even touch the baby shrimp, which is just great. It's just lovely. So what else? Lastly, we've got the samurai gouramis doing really well. The females starting to show their banding and their rainbow coloring, whereas the males are more of a dark contrast. And look at this guy. These gobies watch you. They watch and they follow. And they keep an eye out for what you're doing when you're feeding. Same with even the little bumblebee gobies. So I can't get enough of watching these guys. And look at how much they blend in. It is just crazy on this sand. And I have a feeling they would blend in on any sand all the way up to pretty dark gray sand. And they live in Taiwan and Japan naturally. But I mean, these bumblebee gobies too, also just beautiful. They need the biofilm, all these gobies. So make sure you have rocks that you're not just cleaning all the time to look pristine. Allow that algae to form and allow the biofilm to form the aufwuchs on the rocks, and give them something to munch on, because that's crucial. Now, the golden shrimp, they're up here, and they're doing grand. I had put them in the aquascape in the other room, but the gobies decided to chase them around a little too much. So I kind of relented, and I decided, you know what, I'll breed some more, and maybe we'll shift some critters around and see what happens. But in here, we've got the Paluan Riffle Goby, beautiful up here, and the rainbow Stiphodon. And then we've got the neon blue gobies also that are the yellow fin female with the stripe down the side and the diamonds in the grayer pattern with a broader body, and then the male here with that bright orange and the blue cheeks. And they're not in spawning color, but when they are, boy, they are an incredible looking fish. Really incredible. I guess we're not going to see the orange fin Stiphodons today, but they are a really neat one in that they're broader. They look a lot like a big goby, like the lipstick goby or something like that, even though they're not, even though they're only the size of more of the Stiphodon family and range of fish. So that's what's going on in these tanks right now, and I can't wait to get to the species profiles and to talk more about all this stuff. But really exciting times. We've also got some of the purple and green kabamba with the metallic look on it in there with the pea puffers and the gold dwarf gouramis and shrimp. The shrimp are kind of the delicacy. And then down here, we've also got some long fin lemon plecos from Aquatic Arts from a few years ago, looking really good and grown up, as well as a green dragon. Sorry, the glass is a little mucked up again, but I've been working in the tanks all day. And also some Turkish blue angelfish. That, look at that, it's eating the inside of a snail, which is interesting. Someone else cracked it open. Hint, hint, pea puffers. And yeah, so yet again, really beautiful fish and plants. Thank you so much, Aquatic Arts. And if you guys want to get a hold of any of this stuff, definitely Aquatic Arts is the place to get it. You literally will not find some of these species anywhere else in the country, because they're the first to talk to people over in Micronesia or over in Taiwan and get, for instance, the dragon gobies imported. There's the Indonesian dragon gobies that are available in the hobby the last few years in places like the Wet Spot and things, but you will not get these guys anywhere other than the one Taiwanese source. So really cool, and check out Aquatic Arts. Get your 15% off discount right off the bat when you use the code SECRET. Oh wait, no, that was the old code. History Secret, all caps, 15. History Secret 15. Look at how it bends its head. just waits in ambush. Whatever's going to come through here, it gets. And yeah, so do that. And if you order in the next few weeks or months, again, then use the code HistorySecret10, and that'll get you 10% off. But then everybody who's a part of ordering any of these incredible fish, animals, shrimp foods, and things like that too, you will then be entered into a giveaway that I'll be doing for gift cards or for plants or for fish. But we'll probably be doing cash and gift cards just because, you know, that's what people want, right? Then you can make your own choice. So really cool fish. Thanks again, Aquatic Arts, for sponsoring this, and we're gonna have a lot of fun investigating, deep diving into the new science, the new taxonomy, biology, and ecology behind these fish. So really cool to have this Borneo and Micronesian or Australasian biotope style tank. Now I just have to work on getting all the plants to be proper, which is the next step. So tune in, click that little bell button and hit that like, thumbs up button if you enjoyed yourself. If you stuck around this long, I would hope you did enjoy yourself. Otherwise, I don't know what you're doing with your time, to be frank. But thanks for sticking around this long and checking out what's new. Tomorrow there'll be even more stuff. So even more species coming in and even rarer stuff. Crazy, crazy times as we fill out the new fish room and get things settled in here, get things spawning in here. So thanks again, guys. Really appreciate your support and opinions and you know, saying what you wanted to see in these tanks, and now it's happening. So thanks again. I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.